What's going on, YouTube? Today I got something real special. It is Glocktober 25th. So, you know, I had to bring out the Glock 25 today. And I also brought something that I know anybody that was watching my earlier FRT day, you know, I've had hell trying to get this bad boy to work with the FRTs. And one time I got it to work, and when it was working perfectly, this bad boy just stopped working because the trigger shoe had broke. But other than that, we're gonna run it. We're gonna deal with it. I am ready. I'm promising y'all. This is gonna work. We're gonna do this a little bit. I got Monarchs for it. So. No, I don't got Monarchs. I do got Monarchs, but I also got the Winchester. These are the rounds specifically for it. Oh, they're not 115 grain, so that it may not work. It may work. Who knows? What I'm gonna do is I might just start off with this one. No, we're gonna get immediately into the 380. Now I do got this at about not many yards out because I'm a my regular 15. My regular yards out for this gun, since it's specifically this gun. I'm gonna do my regular 15. Only because it's a 380, you know. And I feel as if I don't need to have it so close. And yeah, like I said, for the 380, I am running the Monarchs. Boom. Ammo for anybody that wants to know what I run. If I'm not running Winchester, I'm gonna be running Monarch. And I do got ammo at home. Or something like that. But yeah, I'm getting into it. We're gonna be running 150 out of this bad boy today. And my that I'm carrying. Of course, y'all know I'm carrying the Glock 43. Now, this goes 15 plus 1. I'm going to run this first because I know once I decide to run the P80, I know that it may have hiccups and stuff like that. So I want everybody to be able to watch a solid video of a gun not messing up and not doing all of that. You know, like I just like for y'all to have a solid video, and that'll probably be like another clip that I might upload probably like tomorrow or something. I'm gonna do a mystery gun for tomorrow. I don't know what I'll be breaking out tomorrow. Oh yeah, we full. Hold on. Of course, we're gonna put one up top. Boom, there we go. And we in. Here we go. First rounds for today. Nice little group here. First 15 rounds of the day. I had a 380. Now, this was a gun I really wanted, you know. Without having to do a convergent barrel. The Glock 25 is just something. And I ran across this gun at a gun show, and they always had it. Normally they would have more than one, but this was their last one. And it was like I was on a hunt for the one for a while. And the last time I had seen it before then, I didn't have enough money, and I had bought something else before, and I was like, damn, I bought something. I can't go and spend no more money. But last time I had went, I was specifically on the hunt for this gun, you know? So that's what my history with this gun is. But anybody knows about the Glock 25, you know it is discontinued. And then it was discontinued before Glock had its discontinuance with all Gen 1s, Gen 2s, Gen 3s, Gen 4, and Gen 5, you know. So therefore, it's probably gonna be even more rare than what it was. So fine. I only seen a few people have this gun online. I ain't seen not too many people, you know, have it. Even when you look for it, most people do have the KM 380 conversion barrel, which goes in a 19, but they don't have the specific, you know, Glock 25. We're about to run. This will make it 30 rounds after this. Well, 32 rounds. That don't even be feeling like 15 rounds. That's crazy. So we are at 1 right now. I know some of y'all do like to see when I do it this way, and then I zoom it in for y'all. So I'm gonna do this early on for y'all, so y'all can kind of see where I'm at. I'm at 1. Okay, normally y'all don't hear me talking when people are shooting. That did not feel like 15 rounds. Now, we got 5 more rounds out of the box. And it is. But yeah, it won't autofocus on it, but if anybody want to see what the 380 and Monarch look like, this is what it looks like. Put a little bit of oil on this bad boy in a second. And this is the last 5 rounds out of the box, you know. And, you know, then for my next box, I'll go on to the number 2, you know. Or I might go a little bit lower and go to like 5 or something, because that's directly in the middle. We're gonna put this right here, and we're gonna actually spray her down. Just because I can already see she's kind of it's just getting hot. Yep, here we go. It was clear. Put this back. Put a little bit of lubricant on that bag. Well, this is a girl to me. But we're gonna be back at one with this box. Let me see. Yeah, you can't go wrong with this. If you just don't like 380, then I understand it. But if so, this is the good one you should try to look for. I don't know if SIG got a 380, but if they do, go for it. I know some people, but SIG got some controversy they do have. What I'm gonna do, just for y'all, I'm gonna try the P80. Just for y'all. Now, only reason I don't really use the P80 is because sometimes it'll cause some NDs. For people who don't know what NDs is, negligent discharge and negligent discharge. I have this little problem. Oh shit. Little problems. But beforehand, when I just had the regular trigger, this was a great gun to have, you know? And this was like my EDC. This was definitely my EDC. I'm not gonna even lie to you. This is a gun I carried but it was a gun a lot of people like to see when I did pull it out or when I did have it. But you know, the more you grow, the more you learn. It's like, oh, you want to be more concealed with things, and it's kind of hard to conceal a gun like this. So what's made me change to the 46X? All the way up to 15, 14. And a thing is, on the FRTs, you might as well take this off, which I didn't. And then sometimes you might as well take this bad boy off. So, you don't see. Already. So what we're gonna do, we are gonna take this off because this, I think, produces, it's not enough gas for it to actually run. So you gotta take that off and try to see if it's gonna run. And then there'd be like so many other problems. It's like, shit. But this is Freedom Finger. That I got in. As y'all see, it's money. That's all I'm gonna say. It's money. I mean, when I took that off, it kind of wanna run, but also that's something like, I don't know. It's just something about it that I don't like, you know. And it's like one of the manual ones. You got to do a lot to it to make it work and stuff like that. I think with the a couple of people were supposed to be sending out. So it's more of running in a binary type of feel. And it's like it wants to run, but at the same time, it's like, no, I don't. Hold on. Okay, we definitely. Now this is a thing you have to keep lubed up also. You have to keep your FRTs lubed up. You have it, keep it lubed up. That's all I tell people. Well, I'm telling y'all, keep y'all gun lubed up. You gotta have this thing lubed up all back here.
No, I kept thinking I was missing the person because I couldn't see it. I couldn't see the hole.
You gotta keep that thing. Definitely gotta keep that bad boy lubed up. If you don't, good luck. You know, but once these monarchs are gone, then there you go. I'll stop shooting. Well, I'll stop shooting when I don't have a handful of them to grab. So I won't waste all of it on this gun. But yeah, this was why I can say I can still use this, because this is pretty much a Glock 19. It's just a P80, and you know they were like, you know, I say earlier Glock clones. If I'm wrong, you know. If anything, if anybody know the history on P80, you can put it in the comments. And the guy that I just met in here not too long ago that said he's watching me, if you comment, let me know who you are, or you could DM me on Instagram, and maybe we could put it together. We could shoot together sometime. You know. Let's try it. Let's see how she feeling. So I figured out what it was. Now, with that trigger, it's like more of a sweet spot, and that's the trigger shoot that I got is from Freedom Finger trigger. Shout out to him, which he'll be tagged in the video, because you know he sent me out that trigger shoe for free. You know, just to it would make me happy to see this gun kind of like. I know a lot of people love seeing this gun. Like ever since I first got it, even when I had my first FRT, I wish I would have. But after this, I think we're gonna go back. Back to the 280. Here we go, y'all. Run this back on the 380. I just had to let it cool down, you know. I don't messed up my target. I got shots everywhere from that FRT, but that was specifically for the people who's been here for that gun. You know, the people who've seen it before it had the paint job, the people who've seen it way before, you know, all of that. So all of the, you know, and I also appreciate all 9,800 and whatever it is of you guys who've been here from the first one to the last person who subbed, you know. So that specific gun was the beginning of my FRTs, you know. That was the beginning of the FRT days. So if anybody, you know, been here, you know, soon I'll bring back out the Freedom Fingers and all of that. but that'll probably be in November because you know all of this is about Glock. This month is Glocktober, so it'll be Glock clones, Glocks, regular Glocks, old Glocks, new Glocks, whatever I can get my hands on that's Glock, you know. Maybe I'll do
Good job. Well, his target on me. See, it's live too.
Here we go. Here we go. Ooh, look. The shrapnel. Now, I'm gonna be focusing on number 3 since I messed up number 5. Well, I'll do number 4 since I messed up number 5 with the FRT. We're gonna go at 4. Y'all, I know y'all probably can't even see it. I'm gonna turn y'all a little bit. I'm gonna get right here. Okay, yeah, my grip. I love this gun. I love it. Not as much. I know y'all like he is. Out of the 380, I give y'all the mag dump out of the 380. Give me a second. Even though I don't. Like y'all just had the FRT. But I'm gonna give y'all a mag dump out of the 380 real quick. There y'all go. Y'all won't get that no more out of the 380. I mean, I was thinking about putting the FRT in the 380, but it's just like, that's a little bit of an advantage. Only reason I would do that, because this isn't a gun I would carry like on a self-defense tip, you know? Like, I can mind doing that. We're gonna go 6 out of the 380, and we're gonna shoot at 6. So since we're shooting at 6, I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna only shoot 6 out of the 380, you know. But it's gonna be at the number 6. Anybody that's I did have one fan. So I don't. We're at. We're missing. Yeah, right at the middle. That was 6. So out of there. Every number I do, every number I do, rounds on my head. We had it. Here we go. That's 6. We're gonna do another 6. Intervals of 6 for a reason. Now that I think about it, that sounds better to do, you know? And then y'all hear that, right? I know y'all hear that in the background. You know what? Pretty nice. Should I do it? We give it back at 6, y'all. I'm doing horrible. Okay, we're gonna go to 3, and we're gonna only do 3 rounds. I'm going to 3, so we're gonna only do 3 rounds. Three rounds at 3. Uh-oh. 3 rounds at 3. With the laser in here, and it's off. The laser is definitely off. Okay, we're gonna go to 7. So we'll be doing 7 rounds. What he's shooting, but we'll check it out in a sec, y'all. We at 7, so now that we at 7, we'll be shooting at the number 7. I hope that when I do finally test a laser in here that I don't be having like too much problems with it, you know. But for the ones who understand, I'll speak to him after, you know, try to help him